Text: Central Valley flood risk. Clouds and rain form over a sunny Sacramento.
Anywhere it rains, it can flood. And California's vast Central Valley, flat, low, and encircled by mountains, is especially at risk. Throughout its long history, the Central Valley's natural tendency was to flood. Each rainy season, winter storms dumped snow into the surrounding mountains. As the snow melted each spring, it rushed down into the valley, spilling over riverbanks and pooling for miles across the valley floor, like water in a bathtub.
Sketch of a settlement.
As pioneers settled California in the 1800s, they piled dirt along the riverbanks, forming levees, in an attempt to keep rivers from overflowing into their land. But the levees didn't always stop the floods. In high water, levees often failed or overtopped, leaving towns and farmland flooded for weeks at a time. As flood damage mounted, communities sought better protection.
Folsom Dam.
Beginning in the early 1900s, the state of California and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built many of the dams and bypasses that we still rely on to reduce our flood risk. Today, California has one of the world's largest systems of flood risk reduction: dams, weirs, bypasses, and thousands of miles of levees designed to keep floodwaters away from property and lives. It's called the State Federal Flood Control System. Through this system, water is carefully managed along its entire journey from the mountains to the sea.
A dam releases water into a river.
Dams and reservoirs collect rain and snowmelt flowing down from the mountains. It's then released gradually in amounts that levees downstream can hold. After heavy rains or when more water accumulates than levees can handle, weirs release it into open swaths of land called bypasses, directing floodwater away from Central Valley cities.
Sacramento River.
But while our dams, levees, bypasses, and weirs help reduce the risk of flooding in the Central Valley, they are no guarantee against it.
Flood footage.
Floods took lives and caused millions of dollars in damage throughout the Central Valley in 1986 and 1997, and the region remains at risk.
Images of flooding during Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana was a grave reminder that the risk of living with levees is real. Together, the federal government, the state of California, and many local agencies are working to reduce the risk.
Heavy machinery.
Levee improvement projects are ongoing throughout the Central Valley, as well as improvements to Folsom Dam. We've made much progress in reducing flood risk in California in recent years. Still, living in a floodplain comes with inherent risk. Although we can never completely eliminate our risk of flooding, together we can continue to find better and smarter ways to manage and live with that risk.
Flood Safe California, www.water.ca.gov/floodsafe. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, www.spl.usace.army.mil.